Okay, so this is my like millionth try at a vlog. We'll see if it even comes to anything, but I'm gonna try just a 1-day vlog and see how that works. But I have had my morning routine. I have journaled my morning pages because I get up earlier than the rest of my family, which is really great, and I love that. And we've taken the kids to daycare. I have gotten my walk with the dogs. I am way gross and sweaty, but we went to the pool last night, so I just feel just gross because I can feel the chlorine in my hair because I didn't shower because I knew I was going to walk in the heat kind of thing. But yeah, yeah, and my house is just a mess. I am really working on trying to get it in order. Grief does some weird things, and at 2 months out of my father's passing away, and we're just finally starting to get a hang of things. I've never been an organized person, but it has been like a mess that's just overwhelming. So I'm taking it slow, piece by piece, and yeah, I don't know. It's just hard. But I am going to go through some of my ink vials. I know that the ink samples that I have, I'm doing a series right now, so I want to go through and see which ones I've actually inked and put them in a little container so I can decide, do I want to ink these up or do I not? The series has been really helping me like decide, do I like these, do I not like these, and I'm inking up more and actually using my sample vials, which is good. So tracking everything is kind of where I'm at, is like with my routines. So I'm gonna go through that in this, and then yeah, but we'll see if this actually becomes a vlog because I'm not great at vlogs, but I'm trying. I've tried so many times since I've started my channel. Like what has it been now? 3 years? I've tried every single time. I think I've gotten like 2 or 3 vlogs ever. So I just need to get better at being consistent with it. It's just, I'm not great at it. But there's a new day and there's a new try, right? Yes, I hope, at least. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking nonsense. So this is the weirdest protein powder I have ever used. It's delicious. It's the Clean Simple Eats. It's delicious, but like I added just a little bit of milk because I want to put my coffee in it. And look at this. It's like gelatinous goo. I don't know. It looks kind of like cake batter, and it's really sticky. This one's the coconut cream. I don't know what I did this time to make it like this, but I mean, that does not look appetizing whatsoever. Ew. Well, now I've added some more milk and a little bit of this Chobani creamer here. Vanilla bean or vanilla. It's just vanilla, but it has vanilla beans on it. And it is still like this weird gelatinous goo, but a little bit more. I don't know what I did. See, and now I'm afraid to eat this or like drink this in my coffee because that is, I don't know, that is unappetizing. And I have such sensory issues when it comes to food, but I also don't want to waste this because I bought these as singles from my local Shields, which is a sporting goods store if you're not familiar with the chain. It's just a chain, I think, in the Midwest. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska kind of area. Maybe Iowa. I don't know, just in our area, but that's nasty. These are like $3.50 and I do not want to waste them. I'm trying to get through them because I'm trying a different protein too. I'm just trying to figure out which proteins I like with my coffee in the morning because I can't always find my Fairlife, and those are my favorite, but that is nappy. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it once I put my coffee in, but we'll see. That's not looking appetizing. Well, I thought I would get a full cup of coffee. I can tell my husband and I have missed our coffee. We were away for the weekend. We went down to the Omaha area and went to the zoo and whatnot, and we really like our coffee. But what is this? I'm gonna put it over ice and see if that helps. I think I just didn't put enough liquid in it and then I mixed it, but that looks to me like egg soup. I don't know, but that looks gross. Yep. And I'm going to drink it. I'm gonna try, but I feel like I'm gonna gag while I do it. Okay, so look at that. That's nasty. But I I added ice and another cup of milk. So I don't know, I've seen other people be able to just like take a scoop of this Clean Simple Eats protein and put it in their coffee and just like go. I don't know why I have not been able to do that, but I don't know, I was trying something. So fact of the matter is this protein powder is very, very thick, as you could see. So use the amount of liquid that you're supposed to use or more. Like I end up having to use more because I really want to thin it down so it's like a drink. And so yeah, but I added some of my Fairlife milk, so that means I get more protein. It's like 13 grams of protein per cup, so yay for lots of protein. I'm trying to eat more protein because proteins make my medications work better, and I just feel better when I'm having more protein and I don't crave as much sugar, which I've been having such a problem with lately. So hopefully having these more often will be good, but I have to be able to actually, you know, do it and not have sensory issues. I wish that I didn't have sensory issues, but I do. Like looking at those little chunks just makes me sick. So I'm gonna have to take like one of my blenders. I think I'm gonna take one of my like stirring sticks. I have just like an immersion blender and I can go in there and really get it. So then it will be okay and I'll be able to drink it. But word of caution, if you have sensory issues, don't use Clean Simple Eats protein without the right amount of liquid at first, or you're going to have a gross mess. All right, I managed. I used my immersion blender's like whisk contraption thing, and my husband says that Alton Brown would hate all my one-use gadgets and that I shouldn't have that many single-use gadgets, but I find a use for quite a few of them. So I mean, poo-poo on Alton Brown. I mean, I guess if he's trying to think minimally, great. I'm not a minimalist. I like to have my one gadget for my one thing because then I know how it works in my puny little brain. But I got all of the chunks out, so I just needed to mix it with the right tool. And so find the right tool, and then you've got a delicious drink. And so I'll drink my iced coffee all morning, and then I will eat my meal because my stomach cannot handle like real food in the morning until about 10 o'clock. So yeah, and then over here, I've got my first task is to clean out my pens from last week, and I will be making a separate video for that, so you'll see that too on my feed about how last week went. But some of these I'm going to clean out, some of these I'm going to carry forward, but I've got my cleaning supplies. I cleaned this pen this morning. This one wasn't in my currently inked, but I had it inked for a couple months now, and I actually wrote it dry this morning in my morning pages, so I was really proud of myself because it's a piston fill, so I had it completely filled, and it lasted a while. Yeah. And so I'm trying to think if I want to re-ink it or not, because I'm trying to do the, you know, inking only so many a month or so many a week now. I don't know. I'm still debating, so I haven't put it away. But this is like some of my cleaning supplies, some of my other supplies, and yeah. And then you can see my waters, my 2 waters, and some to-do lists, and yeah. And I have these, since I've been using these mason jars so much for iced lattes and waters lately, I haven't found any coasters around my house. We used to have them, but I haven't had them for a while. And so I'm using this because my son and I are working on a painting coasters project. So we actually have some coasters, but I just primed them with the Daniel Smith watercolor ground last week, and so we've been waiting for them to dry, and they're finally ready, but then we've been busy, so you know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is what I'm working on right now. Plus, I'm so sad I managed to keep this thing alive for how many days? Let's see here. Yeah, shaky cam because I don't have this on a folder. Six days or 6 years. He was 77 pounds, and I completely forgot about him yesterday, and I woke up to this, and I think it means he's dead, but I don't know how to because it's not letting me click anything. I don't know how to reset this. No, can I turn it off? Oh, he's sleeping. So maybe he's still alive. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so maybe I didn't kill him yet. Oh, we'll be back with Tamagotchi. I'm thinking about doing like a journaling series of how long I can keep him alive and what I can do, because I need something to keep me accountable to this thing. And I've been playing it and enjoying it. But I've also looked at the newer ones, and if I want a newer one, I need to keep this one alive. And I have yet to keep one alive that long. My son's helped me over the weekend because I had him hanging on my overalls. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This thing is quite tough. I forgot because I shut the sound off so it's not demanding. Like, my dogs demand me. So, interesting. Okay, so it turns out he was just sleeping, but I don't like him. He is creepy, and I'm not sure about him. And he's hungry, so we're gonna feed him. If you can see, like, my kitchen lighting is not working very well, but we're gonna feed him. Like, he kind of looks, when he eats or when he gets happy and smiles, he kind of looks like the plant from, what is that? Little Shop of Horrors, which is one of my favorites, but he's also not happy. But like, look at him. He's creepy. I hate this sound, but I want to make sure that he's alerting me all day. I need to get his hearts up. And then I can turn the sound off once he's survived. Oh, don't know. He's not happy with me. Oh, lower. Ah, of course. It's always like higher, lower, higher, lower. Okay, but I won, so he's got another heart. Let's see. He is officially, if I can get him to zoom. Come on. Focus, camera. He is 7 years old and still 77 pounds, which I don't know if it's good or not. I thought this like little like face meant he was dead. I can't remember, but he's got no discipline now, which means I didn't discipline him yesterday. But he's not hungry and he's not sad. So there we go. Now I can just leave him alone until he beeps at me later. But that's that one thing. The other thing is my ink samples. So this right here, all of these are the ones that I have put in my ink journal, which is great, but that's a lot when you think of, okay, so these little containers I 3D print. We have a Bamboo Labs 3D printer. I really like it. I think it's like the PS1. I don't remember, but my husband did all the research on it, and then I just use it. But so I've 3D printed these. They hold 24 ink vials each. So I have 4 full ones here, and then one, 2, 3 more. And then I have one that's completely empty right now because I'm trying to organize them by ones that I have swatched and ones that I haven't. Now this set right here, a lot of these were from Jana, Jana over at Jana Lyons, was from her swap. This was a swap with Mike Oatley, and I think I've actually swatched the Hailstorm. And then back here I want to this week I'm sending a couple I'm sending out a couple packages to Pen Friends, and this was my custom mix. That's the color of it. It's a little darker than Lennon Toolbar's Ghost Plant and a little bit more vibrant, just because I didn't mix it perfect, but it worked for me. I really liked it. So I actually made up a couple extra sample vials, and so I am sending a package to Michael Oakley. Sorry, it just said Oakley. Oh my gosh, I'm having a day. It's not Oakley. And I'm gonna send her one of these as a thank you for introducing me to Ghost Plant, because this got me, I didn't end up, I save so I never actually fully finish a bottle, because like what I like to do with this little bit is use it for paint. But when it gets there, because it's just so hard to fill a pen with that unless you use a syringe, I use that to paint and color with. So when I say I'm finishing samples, that's what I mean. But I mean, not that it really matters that much, but I want to be transparent. But yeah, so I have a couple of these. So besides Micah, who's going to get the fullest one, because I don't think I actually really like planned them, I'm going to send these to randoms, because random people, because they work really well. They work great in a pen. I've had them in a pen. They clean out. They have a little bit of Van Diemen's diluter in it to make them a little lighter, and they are still like color proof. And then I have these. My bottle broke and of the Colorverse glue on glistening, so I thought I put them in. I think I did 4 mils of all these, and I thought I'd just throw these in too. So I mean, it may not be the things that people are asking for, but I just think it's kind of fun. My bottle broke, and instead of throwing out the ink, I thought I'd put them in sample vials, and then to get some sample vials out of my home, and I'll keep one for myself because I do like glue on glistening. Then I'll keep one and then share the love, because why not? So if you're watching this and you're getting a package from me this week, you will be getting some kind of fun stuff. This, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna do I think I'm gonna do a video, probably not this week, but I'm gonna put these all. This is, I know this is, with this, when it's not labeled like this and it doesn't have anything, this is probably a custom mix of mine. And I have not a lot, but I do have some of them, like right there. So you know what, I'm gonna use this one as a custom mix. I do know these two right here are not custom mixes. This is Star Spattered Hill by Wearing Ghoul, and this one is Pinocchio, and those were from my lovely pen friend Vera. Actually, should keep those together, because she labeled 1 and 2, and then she labeled 1 and 2 and then had like a little list, and then I think she got sick of doing that and then started just labeling them in their own little like baggies, which is really nice. And so I was really excited to get these. I really need to get this one in a pen, this Star Spattered Hill. It was lovely to swatch, but okay, so those will go there. But yeah, so I'm just kind of going through and just trying to make this as best as I can. This one was from the lovely Grace. Oh, you are so wonderful. Over at Wildly Graceful, or Wildly Imaginable. See, I always get her channel name wrong. I just know she's Grace. She's great. And if you haven't checked her out, go check her out. She is wonderful. But she had a bottle of this that she had forgotten she ordered from Endless, and then Endless had been sold out of it for months. And so she so lovingly sent me a sample of it, which, how sweet, how absolutely sweet of her. And then I bugged Endless until they got it. So now they have, I don't know if they still have it in stock, but I do have a bottle now, and it makes me really happy. So this one, I think I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but that one is one. This one, I have no idea what's in here. It looks brown. It could be brown, but that one's another like random mix of mine. I like to experiment and mix things, but then I don't label them. And so then I end up with all of this just everywhere. And so I am trying to get more organized, like really more organized, because yeah, this one was from Jana Lyon, and I love this. I have it in a pen now in one of my Twisbies. So I haven't done my Twisby video either. Oh goodness. I keep making messes. Like, what is this? This is clearly a pink of some sort, and it is so full. What is it? I'm gonna put it over here. So this is just kind of what I'm doing today. I don't know. It's a mess. I still need to get to my living room. I'm gonna like slowly do all of this stuff. It is a Monday, so I don't have to like stress about not finishing, but this one is a green. I don't know what this one is either. This one has, and then this one has a label, And this one was me trying to mix Pelican's olivine, which was their Pelican Edelstein olivine, because I love olivine, but I can't get it anymore. So it's just sad because I fell in love with it from a sample that I had from one of the first sets of random samples I bought from a store I don't shop at anymore, because they had a really good like sample deal where it was like $2 for a sample of everything, and then they threw in extra samples, just like you could get a grab bag, and so I did, and so I just have this little bit left, and I know that it's going to evaporate, so I've been trying to find a green that matches it without going crazy, but I'm not very good at that. I will fixate and hyperfixate, which is why I end up with this many samples, because I look at all sorts of different places. I look at Mountain of Ink. I'll go to YouTube and try to like search people's videos for the colors, and then I'll go to Instagram and I will search Instagram, and then I'll go to Vanessa and I'll search Vanessa's site and try to find all the colors that I think could be that color, and then I buy them like samples, especially if they have the Vanessa samples. And I'm trying not to do that as much these days, but it is really hard for me because I do fixate, especially because for some people, when they look at colors, and I know that this has been talked about, when they look at colors, all the colors look similar to them in writing. They don't to me. But I'm very color sensitive. It's so weird. And I don't, maybe it's, part of my ADHD that I'm like that, but I can see the subtlest of change. And so then I will do chromatography to figure out what it is. And it is it gets to be such an obsession for me. And so I'm trying to break that, because you look at this, you have so many inks. Use them, love them, treat them with kindness and love. And so, yeah, it's just kind of one of those things that I'm learning about myself. And so it's a good thing to learn these things about myself, but also, like, what is this? This is what happens. This is some sort of red mix. Couldn't tell you what it is, but I think I want to do a video where I swatch all of these random mixes. I think a lot of them end up being Pilot Euro Shizuku. A lot of these were probably Pilot Euro Shizuku mixes. I'm not sure. So I'm just trying to get more organized and get this down to a really good place where I feel comfortable and I'm happy with what I have. The problem is that because I hyperfixate, I end up with more ink before I get any further than this. And so I am really trying to get these organized. So these help this, because they used to just be in things like this. And this is not working. This is not helpful because I can't, like this I can at least pick up and look at the names. I can see the names. I can see kind of where they are. And, I might have to pull this out to look at it, but I can at least see it then. Whereas in here, I have to pull them each out and kind of say, oh, which one am I looking for? And at one point, I do not have them this way anymore. At one point, I had them so organized where I had printed different colors and pinks were on pink. And I would like to get back to that, but it's it's a work in progress. I am not perfect, but this is what I'm doing, because school starts so soon, and unfortunately, or I don't know, my summer was eaten, and I have to accept the fact that my summer of getting my house organized ended up me just trying to deal with grief. And in some ways, you can be grateful that it happened in the summer, but also like be disappointed that now all the plans you had kind of, and that's just how life is, right? So this is, I don't want to be beating myself up. But I'm really glad that I'm actually taking steps, because I know that this kind of stuff and this mess and clutter and everything everywhere drives my husband nuts. And so I'm just trying to be a good partner, because he's been so patient with me as I go through all of this. He's such a good partner, and I don't think I could go through what I've gone through in the last couple years without him. So anyway, that's a random tangent, but this is what happens because of that kind of stuff. So I'm like, okay, if grief and stress and anxiety and fixation happens in ink, it could be a lot worse. It could be different substances, different liquids. So if it's ink, I'm okay with it as long as I'm recognizing it and taking steps, which I always have been. But this is the life of somebody who hyperfixates and obsesses. And we, as people who have these kind of brains, have to figure out how to live a productive life. And it's not always easy. So I want to show, I am not going to show you my entire house, but please believe that it is messy. Okay. It's very embarrassing and very hard for me, and I feel a lot of shame over it. So I will not show you that part, but I will say it because I think it's important. But yeah, that is where I'm at right now. Yes, this is going to be a long day of this. This is pretty much probably what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day, is organizing this, trying to get to my kitchen, and yeah, so I'm not sure how many more times I'm going to update, but maybe just a few little clips. But yeah, it's already been, since my last clip, it's already been 2 hours. And so I've pulled all of these out. I've cleaned out a lot of my kitchen areas. We had some places that things were spilt on the floor over the weekend. And so it's been a day of cleaning. Whoop. And it will be more cleaning. And then we will go from there. But have grace on yourself. That's what I have to keep telling myself. Have grace on yourself. Have grace on yourself. Be gentle. I feel like grace is such a word because I looked it up once. And grace means undeserved forgiveness. But I don't think I'm undeserving of forgiveness or undeserving of gentleness. I think we should all be gentle on ourselves. So maybe I should say, be gentle on yourself. Be soft. Don't be so hard on yourself. Stop degrading yourself. You are a human who is struggling, but you are also a human who gets up every morning at 5:30 and you journal 3 pages, and you have been doing that for so many weeks now, and you are doing awesome. I need to be less hard on myself. And I think we could all be less hard on ourselves because we live in such a world where we're so critical of each other, and just everything's a criticism. So yeah, my random musings of being gentle on myself. I literally on Friday cleaned up all of our Play-Doh stuff that had been up on our cupboard for years. And now we have an open space. So it's little by little by little, and I'm gonna keep compounding that, and I'm gonna see results, and I'm gonna have a house that's one I wanna live in. But it takes time, and I need to be patient, and I'm not very patient. So maybe other people can relate to the not being patient and having a really hard time with this. But I will say, again, that this is making me pull stuff out. I literally just inked a pen this morning that I'm carrying into the month this week with a color that I've been swatching because I thought, you know what, I want to see what it looks like in a pen. And so I did it. So this is really good, and it's focusing on inventorying and seeing what I have has been really nice. However, it also brings up, I need to stay off the internet and I need to stay off my phone, because I was looking for Wearing Ghoul's The Little Princess. I know I have it. It's a soft purple with shimmer, and I really want to put it in a pen. And I have, pretty sure I have all of my samples. I've cleaned up, unless there's like a random little container of samples somewhere, which there could be. I'm pretty sure I have all my samples right here. and it is nowhere to be found. So either I accidentally threw it or I did something with it. And so then that's making me want to go on the internet and go to Van Ness and buy another sample, or just go to Atlas and buy a bottle. And I'm like, I don't even know if I liked it. I can't remember if I liked it or not. But I know I bought it because I have a swatch of it in my old notebook, but that's what it looked like on that paper. Is it going to look right on this paper? I don't know. So this is what my brain does. So anyway, this was really a long segment, but I just wanted to kind of share what's going on now. So yeah, I'm really trying here. Really trying. Okay, so it is the next day, halfway through, and I decided I'm going to keep this vlog going. I am going to do the vlog thing. At least, I hope. I want this to be like 45 minutes to an hour, and I've got maybe 15 more minutes that I could put on. So I thought, okay, do 2 days, and half this day has gone to crap. I did have work, a work kind of thing, like we have like orientation training for us, and then we go back into the school year. Yay! School starts next week. I cannot believe it. At least right now, I don't have like a full-time position. I'm trying to kind of just take it slow and easy. Remember gentleness on myself, and just take it slow and easy this year, because I am going to be starting my master's program and that kind of stuff. And I have a lot of other little ideas and practices in my head. And so I'm at my library. I'm returning my stack of library books, which that's not all my library books. Those are my son's too. And I'm going to grab some books for my sons. And I want to start looking at some options of slice of life comics to kind of do some studies of, because I have all these really cool ideas, but sometimes I like to see how other artists format things. And last night, I was so proud of myself because I was hankering for a treat, and I decided to make some toast, and I felt a crack in my teeth, and one of my teeth fell out. Yay. I'm sure you wanted to know that, but it wasn't actually a tooth, it was a crown. And when I was younger, I had some hack jobs done on my teeth. And so, yeah, there's a couple teeth that were really done poorly, which is disappointing. But it's what happens when you can only afford certain dental procedures. You take them with what you have. And so my dentist tried to fix this crown. Well, it's the crown that my dentist tried to fix. So I'm probably gonna have to get an implant. I'm going this afternoon to here, but I'm probably gonna have to get an implant in a tooth. It sucks. But I did read that by the time adults are 50, they have at least 12 teeth, or the average is 12 teeth replaced, or they've lost 12 teeth. So hopefully I can stay under that average. One is not too bad, and one replacement. I do have a couple crowns and things, but they're still my teeth, right? I don't know. But yeah, and so I'm gonna go do this, and then I have a couple ideas for videos. I did post a video today, which is great. I posted a video yesterday and today, and I feel good. I have my schedule. My planning is really working well for me. It's keeping me on track. Even though this week has been hard, I already cried today when I realized that my dad was still one of my favorites, and he pops up like third. So my husband, my mom, and my dad. And I don't know what to do with that name in there. And so it's hard because a picture pops up, and I didn't think about that. I think I thought about it one other time, but I didn't think about that and what that means and how I'm going to handle that. So if you've navigated that, let me know. But right now I can't take it off, but also I think I need to eventually. So maybe I'll get to that point. But anyway, I hope that nobody's behind me, and I am going to drop off my books in the Dropbox and then head inside. So catch you in the next clip. Ah, you actually get to see my face for once. Maybe you don't want to see my face, but here it is. All right, so it's the next morning since my library trip. Excuse me. And I got so many books. I kind of went a little ham. I got books for me, my sons, and yeah, it was quite crazy. They were so excited about all the books that I got them that they were like, Mom, I don't know which one to read first. It was so cute. So cute for bedtime last night. Anyway, I am right now looking at this one that I got. Let me see if I can zoom out just a little bit. Maybe you can see a little bit of my mess, like the Pokemon card. My kids give me Pokemon cards all the time. This one is bent, but they give me Pokemon cards all the time because they love me and they love Pokemon cards, so they want me to love Pokemon cards. And we were doing perler beads this morning before they left, so how cute would that one be? That's not the one they went with, but anyway, random little side tangent as I'm kind of just grabbing some pens here. And this is like my little space. We just have a lot of fun. Okay, so this is what I found. This one I was really excited about. I also found a comic book guidebook, so I'm going to look through that, but I found this, and this is one that I have wanted to read, If You'll Have Me. I don't know what it's even about, but by Uni, I think that's how you say her name. I don't know, it was on the back cover of a book I read, I think, what was it called, Rainbow, but I really thought this one would be kind of cute. I like the art a lot. The art is really pretty, and I like to look at the panels and see how other artists do this because I am new to trying to draw comics and I might just be doing it for myself and to share with you all, but I am trying to be good at it and practice it. And so I like to see what people are doing. I found this one too. I really like this art style. It reminds me a lot of Elle Steindecker. She wrote, gosh, what did she write? She wrote these, there's like a witch series that she wrote for middle grade. I have it. It's just up, but I love this look of these characters. So no idea what it's about, but look at that dog. I want to just study how they do the dog, and so what I do is I will take my sketchbook out and I'll open up a page and I'll just take elements and just kind of do a study. I always write like who I did the study by in it, but artists have done that for centuries. It's kind of one of those things that I think at one point in the beginning of the digital era, people were so worried about other artists stealing because, you know, stealing art, blah, blah, blah. And it's been forever. But if you look back in centuries and centuries of artists, they were all studying under the same people and they were studying the same way and they were all mastering techniques together and ripping ideas off of one each other. So I find that kind of a comforting thing because then I feel like, yeah, I'm doing the same thing that the greats did, including the artists like Alfonso Mucha. He had a similar style to a lot of other artists. It's just that he was the one who got famous. And it's kind of one of those things where why of all of them, because they all look really similar, why did he get famous over other ones? I find this stuff fascinating. But anyway, I found this lettering book and I'm really excited to play with it. I'm trying to, where is it? Which font was it? I was trying this font earlier and I want to get better at my stub nibs. And so I have a couple stub nibs out. That's why this is a mess this one is messy right now because I had this Leonardo medium, nothing wrong with this nib, but I had it in my Cotton Candy Clouds and I'm loving this Tono and Lim's Sakura Eternals. So I put a stub nib in here and I'm not sure if this stub nib that I have, I don't even remember where I got this one or who I got it from and what pen I got it with, but I'm not sure that it's tuned all that well. I think this might have been one with, oh gosh, I don't even remember, but I've been trying to get it to work, so I've been playing around. This is kind of what I do to play around, and I think I got it to work now, maybe a little bit, but I have notebooks. This is which one is this one? This is a Numosin. I don't always love this paper because sometimes I think it's too slick for pens, but I do like, it's weird. I like it, but I don't like it. So this is kind of what I'm doing this morning. I'm just kind of trying to get these letters down and play with my stub nibs a little bit more because I'm not great with them. It's like trying to get the angle right, and I am not great at getting the angle at all. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. Yeah, so I don't know. This is kind of what I'm not very good at zooming in this far on my camera, so bear with me, but you get that nice downstroke, and I'm sure people have used stub nibs before and they could help me out, but I want to be able to do that whole curve where you get, you know, you start thin and get thicker, but I'm not great at it yet. But I am just loving this ink. Isn't it? It's just, it's so pretty. I think it's because it matches this pen so well, because this pen has all that beautiful, beautiful glimmer, and the ink has that same shimmer. So yeah, it's just trying to play with these letters. And maybe I need to start with something that's not as contrasty, but it's just, I'm still, you know, getting used to these things and trying new things. But this one, like even this one, this is a sans serif. So like without, so from what I understand, and they have it in this book, from what I understand, I don't exactly know what the word serif means, but this is sans serif and this is serif. I am not a font expert. My friend who went to school for graphic design would probably be like, Mandy, that's not what it means. But this has those little hooks, and I think this book talks about it. Let's see here. Yeah. So serif, yes, serif is characterized by these little feet or embellishment at the end of each stroke. So when you have that and then you go down and it's high, that's serif, where it's kind of like that typewriter font. And then this, if we just did down and up and that's without. So it's got those little, like, these things, whatever those are. But that's what I'm trying to learn. And this book, okay, if I can zoom out, this book talks about all the different words. So I know I could go to school or take a class, but sometimes I just like reading books. But this book has all the different names of things and what it calls. I didn't know that the circle above the I was a tittle. That's fun. That is a fun word, tittle. I love that. Leg, brackets, ligature. I don't know what I don't understand what ligature is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be that curve? I'm not sure, but then link and arm. So that's really cool that it shows you all that stuff, because I wouldn't know. I would have no idea. So I just like that. This book is great. I love the library because you can find things like this. I was just kind of perusing in our reference material books, and I had no idea that this book existed, and it wasn't even on my radar. So Jay Roeder, and apparently if you go to the back of the book, he's got 100 days of lettering, a complete creative lettering course. So this one, if I can find it at my library or interlibrary loan, I might get that. That's kind of fun because it's 100 exercises divided into 10 sections. So if it's 100 exercises and I can only have the book for 20 days because it's 3 weeks, I could probably, combine lessons and have it done in that long. Yeah, because I do that. I'm kind of crazy that way. But this is just so cool. I like it. It's one that, if I find that I'm using it, I may purchase it. But right now I'm trying to use the one for, however long, and then send it back. Be the person your dog thinks you are. Oh, how fun. And he's got other people's work in here, his work, and then other people's too. So yeah, I'm not going to go through the whole book just to be fair to him, because I want you to pull it out and go check this book out. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. And I don't know. I do, okay, now that I've got that stub nib, look at that color. Can you catch the shimmer? The shimmer is so subtle, but it's there. I don't think, the camera is not picking it up, but it is very subtle and it is there. It exists. But I ended up, because I've only had this pen inked for, what is it? Gosh, is it only 2 days so far? But I'm just playing with my stub. I'm trying to get used to the stub, the way the stub lines work. I'm not very good at it yet, but this is how much I've used in like 2 days, and I have filled it once. I have already refilled it. So I decided that I think I love this ink enough that I ended up going back to Venice and ordering a full bottle because I really like this pink. I'm a pink lover, and that's what happens sometimes with pink inks is that I'll get a sample and say, yep, I gotta have this one. So I definitely had to have this one because I think for right now, it's a permanent pairing. Like, that's just, what other ink am I gonna put in here? I mean, I could put any ink, but right now it's a semi-permanent pairing. I know that eventually I'll probably want to put a different ink in, but I like to just practice my lettering. And that's kind of what my plan is for today. I'm going to practice lettering. I'm going to do my normal routine. I do have a video that I'm going to film. But yeah, I just thought this would be kind of a fun thing. I have notebooks upon notebooks upon notebooks. Not notebooks upon notebooks, but I have enough notebooks where I play around with my letters, or I'll see a letter I like E. I've always been one to do E like this, and I've been seeing all these really cute rounded E's. I believe Coffee Monsters Co., she does a rounded E. And there is another, what is her name? Or their name, I'm not sure. It's Munchie Co. Plans, this one. Munchie Co. Plans, I believe is the name of their platform. Let me look it up. Okay, yes, here it is, Munchie Co. It's not Munchie Co. Plans. It might have been Munchie Co. Plans at one time, but it's Munchie Co. She has a handwriting guide I've bought, but look at how beautiful her handwriting is. I'm just obsessed. I will sit and just stare, and I zoom in like this just to look and see exactly how she does her stuff. And I've bought the writing guide because I love writing guides. They help so much. And then I have taken and screenshot these things like this, and I write her sentences because it's fun. I'm weird, and when I do this stuff though, I do like to, if I'm going to share it on social media, most of the time I don't share this on social media, like my copying or not my, my tracing of their handwriting. I will tag them and make sure that they get the credit because her handwriting is just, it's so delicious. Absolutely delicious. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And so, yeah, this is what I do. It's one of those things. Do other people do this? I don't know. The other thing I've been doing today is playing with these pens. So this is my Alpha, my Myers Penco Alpha, and I put, is it Soleil? So in my currently inked, I put the wrong name, and I'm pretty sure it is just Soleil. And you can see it. You can see now that how I have, is it Soleil Couche or Couchant? And one time I looked this up. Soleil Couchant, Étreté. And one time I looked up what this meant in French, but I can't remember. But see, now that I've looked at her handwriting again, it's just coming because I've practiced, and this is Dominant Industry. So I noticed something, and I have just the sample of this. But this is something that is one of those things where I notice these things maybe more so than other people do. And this is, what did I switched this up because for some reason my black nib that I had in here wasn't working great, but I switched this up. And this is, so that's a fine nib. And then I have this one, and this is a stub nib. I'm still trying to get used to my TWSBI stubs, but this is really interesting to me. And already to me, these are going down very different. This is definitely greener than Soleil Couche Étreté. This one is the Sad Charade. And I wondered if they were, how similar they were when I inked that up. Because I've had this one in this pen for a couple weeks. So it's getting down there because stub nibs, you know, use more ink. So Ferris wheel press. But I haven't put this in a currently inked just because I don't tend to put all my TWSBIs in my currently inked. So just FYI. But I thought these two were really similar. And then it turns out that they are, but they are different too. So this one is definitely more blue and that has this lovely shading of purple. And this is blue, but almost with a hint of green in the shading. But then this, I've had this inked. I'm just trying to use up the ink. I've had this inked, I think, since June. And I'm just trying to finish up the ink. It's close because I did refill this twice and I want to put this away. I got this the day my dad passed away. So I've been using it because it's really special, just with all the things. But this, I noticed, this makes me really laugh. And it's really, really apparent on, what's that paper? On MD Midori paper. But this is Yuki Usagi. And this is Sailor Shikiori. And I thought, what? This is one of those things where when I go through an ink phase, I'm obsessed. And so obviously I really like this color right now, but they are different. They are different. Again, though, I am seeing where for some people, if they're only writing with ink and they're only writing with a fine or an extra fine, because these are both fine, and this one, you can see the difference. And let's see if I can zoom in on this so I don't have to keep moving my page. You can really see the difference, I think, when you're looking at this in the stub nib. You can see the shading and the color variation. But Yuki Usagi is a little darker. Is it done drying? Yeah, it is done drying. But these are relatively all three the same ink. I noticed the difference, but it's really, looking on the camera, it is not picking up the differences. I wonder if we zoom in even more. Are you picking up the differences? I don't know. So the things that, oh, here we go. I want to get my camera. Sorry for the shaky cam. Okay, so the things that I'm noticing, I'm going to use the tip of the pen. So right in here, and this is what I love about this Dominant Industry one, and it doesn't pick up on camera, which is really, really one of those things where that's why I love doing these kind of ink experiments and looking at inks, and why I love them so much is because they do such different things, even though the writing looks very similar. This shades into right here. This is a really deep purple. It is not picking up on my camera. I am disappointed that it's not picking up on my camera. Sometimes it does, but it's such a, you can kind of see how it shades down. It is such a subtle shift that it's very hard to see. This one starts out really blue-green. So it's kind of murky green, like blue-green, and it shades into a gray. And Yuki Usagi is such a weird ink because on some papers, it definitely leans more blue. but on other papers, it leans more silver gray. So it shades into this grayish brown. And on this paper, I'm gonna pick it up really quick so I can see. Yeah, on this paper, it's doing it's like a gray. But on Midori paper, let me grab one. Okay, so these are the inks on the Numosin, the Maruman Numosin paper, which is a white. And most of my Midori paper is that cream. But it's interesting how even paper matters. And I love that. It's so fascinating. I think that's what a lot of us love this. Is then here is the lineup on Midori paper. You can, the camera is picking up that purple subtle shift, but do you see the difference in the subtle shift? They do look very similar in writing, but that subtle shift, and that's what for me makes a difference, because I'm drawing or I'll like color things in where this is different. Now Ferris Wheel Press's Sad Charade on the Midori paper does look different. Does look different quite a bit, because when you look at it, it is that greener tone. So it also depends on the paper. Now I only did Numosin and MD paper, but even other papers, it will look different. And so but this is because this is the MD, the Kokuyo, and the Numosin are what I use most often right now. I've been using a lot of MD paper. Leuchtturm, it just picks up kind of subtle, but it's pretty true to color. Like the Sailor Shikiori is more blue on the Leuchtturm, so it looks a lot more like the Dominant Industry. But this makes me think about things, because had I been smart and gotten a sample of all of these, I wouldn't have ended up with a bottle of this one and a bottle of this one and wanting a bottle of this one, because I have a bottle. I would want a bottle of this one. The Sailor Shikiori Yuki Sagi, I love, and I'm glad I have a bottle. But the Ferris Wheel Press Sad Charade, I think I would have been happy with just a sample, but I got the ink bottle on sale, which is why I got it. So I, might wait until one of these bottles are a little lower, because they are pretty full. And right now, when I'm looking at this pen, I really enjoy this combination. So I will probably just fill this up. And when the bottle's maybe, half full, then I will think about Dominant Industry. I'm trying to be a little bit smarter, but I do really like this ink right now. And that's kind of where I'm at. Am I gonna like this ink in 2 months? Maybe, but my ink color loves change. So this is a lot of what I've been doing. This is what I do all the time. I sit and do this and do this. I have some of my notebooks are just filled with these kind of things where I'm just playing with different colors, but it's a lot of, and it looks, let me see if I can show you a page. Is there one in here? Yeah, it's a lot of this and figuring out, yeah, like what is this? I like big nibs and I cannot lie. Yeah, see, I'm a nerd, but this is a lot of what I do to figure out what I like, what I have filled. I spend way too much time sometimes doing this, and yeah. So I like these lower cost notebooks to do these like look around on things, and then these little Midori notepads are, I'm quite addicted already. I think I don't know, looking at the one, I'm pretty sure I'm about halfway through, and I just got my blank one, so I'm very excited so I can do little sketches and doodles, because what I think one of my goals for September, because I'm kind of thinking about September already, because it's halfway through August. Can we believe it? Almost halfway through August. I think one of my goals for September is to write at least 2 to 3 letters a week. So I want to kind of include some of my, when I'm talking, sometimes I need to doodle. Just ignore me. This is a Fude nib, random. But I moved I think I talked about it in another video, but I moved my Fude nib from the Sailor Manon into this 4 Seasons body, because I wasn't using the body anyway. And I discovered that the grip sections work in here. And I actually want to use it now because I was finding, because the Sailor Manons are, gosh, what is it? They're like $12. They're really cheap, which is great. But I was finding that when I put my they're really long for one. And then when I put them in my bag, the cap would twist and fall off. And so then I was having dry out issues and I was just having issues. So these pens, these Four Seasons pens are, I think, $30 or $40 on Amazon. I haven't found them other places. Maybe other places have them for cheaper, but this one I got like a luck of the draw last Christmas for $10. So I was really excited. So I've just had this sitting in a drawer, and when I found out I could, you know, Frankenstein it with the Manon, I did. And so it may be costly for you, but if you're finding that you don't like that Manon body, this is an option. Just letting you know. So I now have, right now I have Kakamori Mukuri in it because I still am obsessed with this ink, even though if you can see it takes forever to dry. But I have been trying to use my Fude nibs more because I love being able to just do this and color in sections so fast. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I think I'm gonna, I think I feel confident and comfortable ending this vlog here. It's kind of ending on a, I don't really know what's going to happen for the rest of the week. This is just kind of a couple days in my life of what I do. I have more cleaning to get. We are literally 6 days away from school starting, so I have a lot to plan and prep there. I may be working on, I may be picking up a long term because it sounds like somebody backed out. So things are kind of up in the air right now for my future. It always is. It's kind of chaotic because, yes, I'm chaotic, but lots of stuff up in the air and lots of craziness and whatnot. And I'm just trying to keep a routine because I think that being gentle is very important. So I'm still trying to be gentle on myself. So yeah, anyway, that's about it. All the normal stuff, like, comment, subscribe, links down below. I don't have any kind of emoji for you to leave today, so if you want to leave some sort of emoji, you can, or you can just say hey. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate you all. I've had so many wonderful conversations lately with people in this community, and it never ceases to amaze me how loving and kind and wonderful people are. I even had somebody offer to, like, sponsor and send me money for the ink vent calendars. What? You are so sweet. Like, no, I don't need that. Like, no, I mean, I appreciate it. And I love that you guys enjoy my content so much. And that is just, I was like, what? That's crazy. So don't send me PayPal money. Save your money. I do have a KOFI, so maybe buy some of my stickers. Then you get something. I don't want you to give me money without, you know, receiving something in a benefit. So yeah, that's about it. But I appreciate you all. You're so wonderful. And I will have more stickers up. I actually am almost done with a sticker pack. I will show you. I have a couple sticker PDFs. Let me show you, and because I'm excited about them. I have one that's fully done. This page is done. So this page is done. This is fish, and these were hand drawn. This is an ink drawing. These are all ink drawings and traditional art that I brought in and cleaned up. So that's going to be one page. These I still need to finish coloring, but this one, you know what? I don't know if that one's going to be ready. So 1 second here. And that one, not that one. And then I'm working on this one. I pulled out a whole bunch of old book drawings, and I've been using some of my, or I've been sketching some new ones. So I'm going to have some book stickers up too, coming soon. So those will be on my KOFI here soon. I think that this set I'm gonna have up by the end of the week, and I'm gonna do another one where I scan in one of my doodle pages, clean it up a little bit, and then go from there. But yeah, I have a few sticker sheets This one's far from done, but I was working on it when we went to San Diego, and then life kind of got crazy. So that one will be back. But anyway, that's about it. And I appreciate you, and you have a wonderful day. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.